This is what I've been doing since April. Playing around, mocking up. And here's the video.
Yeah. You're running over your scoop.
Alright. There's what I've been doing. Burnout was the first burnout. Going up the road was the first time going up the road. Here's what it is. Three-core aluminum radiator, electric fans, traffic sign for a shroud, Chevy one-wire alternator, just for simpleness, Petronics in the points distributor, internally regulated coil, 750 Edelbrock carburetor, air gap, eBay, nothing special. SoCal Speed Shop freaking fin valve covers. That literally sits right against the hood. There's going to end up being a hole through it. So it is what it is. 70 style timing cover assembly. So simple. Yeah. See, can I get the light working? You see in there? Not really. Maybe you can see better over here. Not really. Well, Magnum 360, it's got mid mounts, so I built the plate and adapter to the factory Supra motor mounts. Cross member underneath is literally the factory Supra cross member, cut and modified. I'm running a Jeep. Transmission mount AX15. You know, set up pedal assembly for Supra. And yeah, it's a little cobbled. I took and cut up the factory throttle mechanism, build an adapter to an Edelbrock, build a tab to hold the factory cable, you know, Little this, little that, piddle, piddle, piddle. Currently there's no power steering. Actually, it's not that hard to steer. I just circled the power steering line so it's returned back to itself. So there's some fluid in there just so it don't lock up. But ultimately I am planning on putting the Toyota Supra power steering pump on this engine, and then I'll have power steering. I still ain't got the fans wired in yet, but that's more to do. Of course, shocks were bad, so I put pins in them. Honestly, bees everywhere. See, look at all the bees. There's bees everywhere on this car. Anyways, tires, they're all shot. Interior, other than the mess. My research, this was sold in New Jersey, literally almost immediately moved to Florida, lived in Florida its whole life, if you can't tell, the busted to death dash. Unfortunately, the tach don't work. The only gauge currently is working is maybe the gas gauge and the bolts. But got bees flying around my head. The fuel pump's a little weak getting the fuel up there, so I gotta fiddle with that some. It ain't got much gas in it. And the clutch literally is on the floor. It literally takes very little clutch movement and you're engaged. This will be what will be sticking out of the hood. And if I decide I don't like that idea later, no problem, I can build a hood scoop. It's got the center console thing. I had to build a remote shifter. There's the X15. Linked in, comes back here. To a tie rod end. Right now this is all loose. I'm going to redo it and use arm joints. But until then, this works. Unfortunately, it's, you know, without the Hines joints, it's got too much play in here, so it's all flobbly. But e-brake, homemade drift button, the screw. Pull it up, pull that forward, locks. Interior's in really good shape. Seats are in really good shape. Horn works. Wipers work, headlights work, heater controls all work. But yeah, I got a radio and everything goes back in there whenever I redo all this. But yeah, that's where it is. That's what I've been doing. This is something I wanted to do several years back when I had two different Supras. I had one that was NA like this one, but it was a manual car, but it was a Targa top. I had another one that was also a turbo car with a JDM motor that was also 5-speed and everything, but Targa top. After having the Targa tops, they leak like sieves. I could never get that darn thing to seal. So I'd rather have not a Targa. This isn't a Targa. It's a hard top. There's no backseat room, of course. But, you know, I hadn't been trying to make any videos or anything when it comes to the car stuff because, you know, why? I've got exhaust to get done. Got a bee flying in my ear. You know, that's probably the worst part of the whole car is, you know, a dent that's been repaired. But yeah, there's the car. But yeah, that's the first time it's been on the road since like 2009, if I remember correctly. So but yeah, that 360, it's a tight fit, but it fits. You know, this side's got more room. But this side, you know, it looks closer than it actually is. It's got enough space. And it works. Fairly happy with it. When I actually get it tuned and everything and actually am able to really drive it, should do pretty good. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.